In the vast, fertile plains cradled by the life-giving Tigris and Euphrates rivers, scattered tribes of hunter-gatherers begin to settle. What starts as simple mud-brick huts soon grows into bustling centers of life, the world's first city-states. Here, people dare to imagine more than survival. They build walls for protection, craft temples to their gods, and organize complex systems to share water and harvests. Yet beneath this promising new order, tension simmers. These fledgling cities, each ruled by ambitious leaders, compete fiercely for control of fertile land and precious resources. Alliances form and dissolve like shifting sands. The fragile peace is a delicate dance. One misstep could ignite conflict that threatens to unravel the birth of civilization itself. In the shadow of towering ziggurats, the city-states of Uruk and Ur pulse with life and ambition. Their markets overflow with exotic goods, their streets hum with merchants and artisans, but beneath the surface, a bitter rivalry fuels every glance and whispered word. Leaders from both cities vie for dominance, forging secret alliances with smaller city-states, plotting betrayals that could topple kings. Amid this tense rivalry, personal loyalties are tested. Traders cross borders under veils of suspicion, and families once united by trade now find themselves divided by ambition and fear. The fate of Sumer hangs precariously in the balance, as the struggle for power spills from the palace halls into the hearts of its people. The king of Uruk sits atop his throne, cloaked in the authority of the gods themselves. His word is law, and his divine right unquestioned, or so it seems. Temples chant his name, priests bless his reign, and citizens bow with reverence. Yet behind closed doors, a storm of doubt brews. Whispers echo through palace corridors. Is the king truly favored by the gods, or merely a puppet controlled by a cunning and shadowy advisor lurking in the shadows? This advisor, unseen by the public eye, weaves webs of influence, manipulating court decisions, turning allies into pawns, and masking ambitions that could unseat even a god-appointed ruler. The king's divine aura is threatened not by enemies beyond the city walls, but by secrets whispered within them. In dimly lit chambers lined with clay tablets, scribes painstakingly press wedge-shaped symbols into wet clay, giving birth to cuneiform, the world's first writing system. Official records of trade, laws, and religious rites flow from their hands, creating a new era of order and accountability. But beneath the surface of these sacred texts lies a darker truth. Among them, one rebellious scribe begins to write more than just laws and inventories. Hidden in coded messages are secret scandals, forbidden affairs, corrupt officials, and whispered plots to overthrow the throne. Each tablet is a weapon, each word a spark that could ignite rebellion or revolution. With ink and clay as their tools, this lone scribe holds the power to alter the fate of an entire civilization. In the shadowed halls of Ur's grand temple, the high priest's daughter moves with quiet grace, her heart burdened by duty and unspoken desires. Far beyond the city walls, a fierce warrior from rival Lagash trains for battle, his loyalty sworn to a city that sees Ur as its enemy. When fate brings them together in a secret meeting, a forbidden love blooms, one that defies ancient grudges and threatens to unravel the fragile peace between their peoples. Their stolen moments are charged with risk, for discovery could mean death or war. Torn between family honor and their passion, they stand at a crossroads. Will their love ignite the fires of conflict or forge a new path toward unity? The destiny of two city-states, and their own hearts, hangs in delicate balance. The skies darken, and the mighty rivers swell beyond their banks, unleashing a relentless flood that consumes fields, homes, and temples alike. In the chaos, panic ripples through the city-states, washing away old grievances as survival becomes the only priority. For the first time, rival leaders from Uruk, Ur, and Lagash set aside their weapons and bitter disputes to unite against the unforgiving force of nature. Together, they scrambled to build makeshift levees, rescue the stranded, and salvage what remains of their crumbling cities. Yet, beneath this fragile alliance, suspicion lingers. Once the waters recede and the earth dries, will old wounds heal, or will the flood's devastation deepen the cracks of rivalry, plunging the land back into chaos? Within the sacred temple walls, the priests hold more power than the city's kings. Cloaked in divine authority, they interpret the gods' will, deciding fates, commanding loyalty, and guiding the people's every move. But beneath their pious facade lies a web of manipulation and ambition. Secret meetings in shadowed chambers reveal a conspiracy. The priesthood seeks not only to control the spiritual realm but to seize political power for themselves. They whisper forbidden prophecies, orchestrate rivalries, and silence dissent with threats both spiritual and mortal. As their grip tightens, the very foundation of the city-state trembles, threatening to unravel the delicate balance between religion, governance, and the people's trust. Beneath the fragile peace, a dagger is plunged deep. An unexpected betrayal shatters trust between the city-states. What began as whispered rumors erupts into open conflict as armies march, banners raised and weapons gleaming under a blood-red sky. Friendships and alliances crumble like clay, and battle cries echo across once thriving streets now turned war zones. Heroes rise and fall on the sands of war, their destinies entwined with the survival of their cities. The very heart of urban civilization trembles, as brother turns against brother and the future of Sumer hangs by a fragile thread. One misstep could mean the end of the cities that dared to build the world anew. In the aftermath of destruction, the city lies in ruins, smoke rising from shattered walls, silence where once there was life. Amid despair and loss, survivors gather, their resolve hardened by the trials they endured. Slowly, stone by stone, the city is rebuilt, its foundations laid deeper, its walls rising higher, fortified by lessons learned from the past. Yet, even as hope blooms in the freshly turned earth, shadows gather at the edges. Internal power struggles simmer beneath the surface, while whispers of external threats drift on the wind. The city's rebirth is only the beginning of a new chapter, one where survival demands not just strength, but wisdom to face challenges both familiar and unknown. As the dust settles and the echoes of war fade, the true architects of the city-state's fate emerge. Not kings adorned in gold, nor priests cloaked in divine robes, nor warriors hardened by battle. Instead, a mysterious and unseen force pulses beneath the surface, the relentless drive of human ambition, innovation, and the thirst for survival. This force, intangible yet unstoppable, has shaped humanity's future more than any throne or temple ever could. It tests the birth of urban life with endless trials, demanding sacrifice, cunning, and resilience. As Sumer's legacy of blood and stone endures, the question remains, will this fragile new world survive, or will it crumble under the weight of its own making?